Welcome back to another episode of
Inside
the Bus. We'll get to that in a moment. But yeah, it's good to be back. This is episode 9. We don't have a guest today. We're also missing one of our fellow co-hosts, Sherman Young. Congratulations to him and Jilly Bean. They had their baby girl, Scarlett Young. Baby girl. Very proud of them. Very happy for them. I don't know when he'll be back. But for now, it's just us. By popular demand, too.
Who was that?
Someone farted for sure.
Oh, it was my shoe.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Me and Cooper
Me and
like,
Jared
yo, how are we
snapped our
ignoring
necks
that?
back at each other.
But yeah,
I'll let you know.
Me and G weren't here for last week's episode, but did do a little comment surfing. A lot of people are saying Jared Beeman, the demon seaman, should be in front of the camera, so here he is. So
Let's go, Jared.
Don't let us down, man.
Take us there.
Do something
Take
entertaining.
us there. Yeah, dance. Monkey. All right.
So, how was Greece? I don't got anything to say.
Greece was.
We need the
was
top
amazing.
3. I think I gave my top 3 moments when I came back. So maybe I'll give your top 3.
Go ahead, Jack.
All right. I will say my third one would probably be going to the island of Eos. Our trip was very unplanned from the beginning to the end. And I think Greece is a good place to go if you don't have a plan. You should have the initial plan of when you're flying, what airline, book ticket, and then probably the first hotel. But after that, there's just a plethora of hotels and hostels if you're on a low budget or something, which we weren't. We were balling out, man. We were in some nice spots, you know.
Caviar.
Hurting now, but yeah, staying in the island of Eos was our last island we went to, and it was just beautiful, kind of like a party scene, younger crowd, and a lot of just like melting pot people. But we had a blast. We met a few friends there, hung out with them the whole time. Just some like. Everywhere you look, like I'm sure you can attest, JP, it's like you think you've seen the view of the weekend,
right?
Or like the week, and then you just literally turn a corner and you just see something that makes you believe that there has to be a God out there, and it was cool. So yeah, I'd say that's my third one. Do you want to go, G? Third, 3 and 3,
bar for bar.
Yeah. My third. I wasn't thinking that entire time, honestly. But my third would probably be the boat ride we had with Lefty, our captain. It was me, Jack, my girlfriend, Tyler Bozeman, Matthew Broadbent, Kyle Brennan, an all-star cast. We didn't get invited to the larger boat trip.
Yeah, it was like there wasn't groomsmen and bridesmaids, so the wedding party.
So we took the
had
pirate
their,
ship out with Lefty.
Is that the dude you're talking about?
And it was
Yeah.
Sounds like it worked
no,
out for the best.
different guy. It was amazing. We would just cruise around the whole island in this awesome little dinghy boat, swim, went to some caves, jumped off some cliffs. I mean, it was an all-star day. We got back and we were like, "Oh, how was y'all's boat ride?" They were like, "I was kind of whatever." We were like, "Looks like we lucked out on that one." So
And you can't rub it into him either.
No, but it's something I'll remember for the rest
we
of my
slept
life.
well.
Right.
You hit a gainer, Jack?
No, there really wasn't a place to do that. Maybe the cliffs. We hit backflips off the cliffs.
Okay.
We don't do
But-
that in Europe.
Gotta hit a flip.
Yeah, and you're
It's
not
not
really
really a
don't
good
do
move in
gainers.
Greece.
Yeah, but the rocks we were jumping
Wait,
off
what?
of were pretty sharp.
Gainers aren't really a move in Greece.
Yeah.
It's not a European thing?
No.
Once you get there, it's
Pencil
like,
dive.
Mm.
Yeah. More of the
Gotcha.
pencil.
But yeah, so that was your 3.
That was my 3.
Yeah.
It sucks that that's 3 because now I got to think of 2 and 1.
A funny side
got
story
Italy in there,
from
too.
Lefty,
Yeah.
our captain. He prepared us like a fresh plate of octopus.
I have a photo.
zucchini,
We'll put it in there.
An actual reference photo that
It's
we're
a
putting in.
reference photo.
Do we need to mark this down?
Jared.
Do we need to mark this down?
What? Oh, yeah. Put the photo
I gotta
in.
act like that sounds good to me. I'm picky.
You've
I'll
never
I'll
had
show you a
it.
photo right now.
I bet it. Okay, it probably looks good. Like I'm picky.
Have
I'm
you
not
ever had
saying-
it?
What? Octopus?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, you haven't.
maybe.
Maybe.
Shit.
So
I've been
no
alive
way.
for 24 years and some change. I probably had octopus.
You probably have not.
Probably.
Definitely not.
That does look gas. I know me. I wouldn't like it, but that does. What's the octopus? What part?
That ain't adding
In the
up.
middle.
Looks
thought that
gas,
was
probably
nuts.
wouldn't
Man, that
like
looks
it.
sick. I would What are hate you, it. nuts?
We'll put the picture right here. I thought that was assorted nuts in the middle.
Nope. There ain't nothing hard on that plate right
Looks
there.
pretty good.
It was fire. But
Except
so
for me.
anyways, the
Octopus this weekend?
2 days after we go on the boat ride, we were at
Yeah, we gotta talk
a
about
what's it called? Like the opening party on Friday night.
Yeah.
And it's at a bar and stuff, and we're leaving, and Bozeman had picked some random flowers. And we're walking out. I'm like, why do you have flowers? He's like, I don't know, man. Like, I need to find like a girl to give them to. I'm like, that's a great idea. And all of a sudden, we see Lefty, our captain from 2 days prior. He just passes us on the street. And he probably been out drinking a little bit with his girl. And he like hugs all of us. He's like, He's like, I loved having you guys on the boat. Like, and then Bozeman gives him the flowers though, and gives it immediately to his girl. And his girl's like hugging him and kissing him, and he's like behind her back, like winking. And we're like, dude, this is perfect.
We got to get Lefty
He
on
was
the
a
pod.
legend, bro. He was a legend.
I'd say my second favorite, just generalized one, is just the mopeds.
Yeah.
Every island we went to, we either rented a moped or an ATV, and it's just like the accessibility of being able to drive around wherever, whenever. The island we went to originally, Spetstis, doesn't have public cars or transit, so like unless you're a taxi or like working for a restaurant, it's only ATVs and scooters. So I just love being able, and you could drive the whole island in an hour and a half on Spetstis on a moped, and you just see 30 of the craziest views you've ever seen in your life. So
For sure.
it was cool.
I'll piggyback off of that. My second one was it felt like you were truly on what they call island time. Like you woke up, you had no plan for the day, but everything worked out. Our friend Tyler, we've referenced him, we'll put a photo up of him, but he kept saying, he was like, I'm exactly where I need to be. Like if it felt like something could go wrong or like, you know, whatever it was, but he would just always be like, I'm exactly where I need to be. Like this is perfect. So number 2 for me would definitely be the true feeling of being on like island time with no plan, and everything was exactly how it needed to be.
That's fire.
Yeah, well said.
Bar.
My number one, without a
Need that.
doubt. Garrett was like partially involved in this story, but like just hang with me. I'll try and condense it.
I think I know where this is
But
going.
so that when I was saying earlier about the flower situation and our boat captain, right after that we were leaving and we ended up going to like a bar, and it looked like a bar that you'd see in East Nashville. And thank God Atlantis, Garrett's girlfriend, like came up to me and Garrett and like maybe Broads, was like, hey, like we can be in a bar like this whenever we want. Like let's do something else. And she, I think, wanted to go to like an outdoor kind of atmosphere, and we ended up just shifting.
Well, yeah, we were like,
going
let's
to the
just go.
beach.
Let's be outside. Like we can go drink somewhere outside. There's so many places.
Yeah, and it's probably like 10 p.m.
We're
and-
legit at Lakeside of Spetses.
I saw
Yeah,
it
that.
was like,
I swear.
When y'all posted the pool table.
Yeah, that was in Santorini, and I was like, I found where I need to be. I had to have a moment at a pool table, and just like, I don't care. There's like all these clubs outside. Like, I need to just shoot pool and a place you can smoke cigarettes. But so we go to a beach. We're there for like an hour. We're driving back towards. It's like 15 minutes from where we were staying. We drive back towards, and right before we get there, there's like a really nice. All the beaches there are like you can go on them at any time of the day, and mostly like, during the day you have to pay like euros to rent a beach share, but like nothing is private, so to say, unless
Right.
it's like the nicest place on the island, which we didn't experience. But we go back, and right across the street from the beach access is like what looked like to me like the U.S. Embassy. It was this massive like botanical gardens with this long like 50-yard pathway that led up to this massive like school looking building, and there was like this huge cast iron gate, and it was open, and everyone's going to the beach, and I was like, are we not seeing what's going on right now?
Like it was like very curious.
And there's
like, what's
flags of
going
every
on.
country lining this
Right.
pathway, and it's like beautiful gardens, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, does no one want to
This
go
is
in
all
here?
Hold on, hold
No-
on. We were banged up.
Yeah.
This is calling Jack right now.
I literally like what Jack.
Do y'all not hear that?
And so I'm like, dude, and they started, and like no discredit to them at all. Like they made the right decision. They're like, we're gonna go hang on the beach. So Bozeman, Garrett, and Atlantis go on the beach, and Broads is like, I don't know, like I'm kind of curious too.
I can hear him, Jack.
So, and as they like walk away, we look, and like an old man, like 30 yards away, like walks like through the bushes across the path, like with a hose, and then like out of sight. And I'm like, okay, we gotta
Sprays
go in
y'all.
here.
Yeah.
Get out.
And so I'm like, Matt, go ask him.
Quite the
Like, go. I'm
opposite.
like, go. Matt's so good with talking to people. I'm like, go see what's going on in here. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And the way the path is, do y'all know those stress walking mats where it like almost hurts to
Yeah.
walk on? The rock formation is like that. But we have shoes on, and we make it about halfway down this path, and Matt's like, excuse me. And the guy goes, before you say anything, take off your shoes. And Matt's like, what? And he's like, take off your shoes. And we're like, oh, yeah, like fucking take off the shoes. And he's like, now, how may I help you? And so we walk towards him, and it like hurts to walk on this.
Oh yeah,
That's
But
a
like
vibe.
immediately,
was he barefoot?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And just cruising through it like it's nothing,
Cruising,
dude. I
man.
don't know how they do that.
And so he starts telling us it's like an old school that like stopped or ceased to exist for like students back in like the late 90s. He went there when he was like in high school.
Oh god.
But he's like the night guard / like groundskeeper of the garden.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, he has got me and Matt working. We're fucking working for an hour. I'm not exaggerating.
Like weeding or
In
like
the garden?
We're watering everything. So he has like a knee bandage on. He's 60 years old, and he's like, if you guys want me to tell you more, he's like, go grab those buckets. He's like, I need help. I have a bad knee. And I'm like, yeah, for sure. And I'm like walking on this the rock with like 2 big ass 10-gallon buckets of water. And he's like, your
Feet
friend
killing.
He's like, your friend walks good on this. And I was like, yes, thank God. I'm like, oh,
That's
it hurts,
huge.
but. So we end up like helping him for like the next hour, and then he brings us to his like night hut stand, and me and Broad sit there and talk with him for the next 3 hours. And he's like, I'll pour you a drink, we'll share a cigarette, and I'm like, dude, fuck yeah, like you're speaking my language. This is what I wanted to do all along, but like I'm glad I earned it. And he was
got a
the
pool table
nicest
inside?
guy, nicest guy I've ever met in my life. His name was Adonis, or AD Montana.
Drake's son.
He has a lot of names, but he was very fluent in English and just very wise. It was just like so good for the soul. It probably sounds like so lame once you get cliche about it, but like it truly was one of the coolest experiences of my life. We went back the next day just to make sure the guy was real. And we were
Right.
just like,
Hallucinating.
yeah. And
There's no
we
building
pull
there.
up and like we hugged him, and he's like, last night was amazing. He's like, thank you so much. And I have this video I took of him.
Just hands you buckets.
And I'm like, AD, I'm like, give us a piece of knowledge. And he basically, and not trying to like be boastful, but he was like, you guys give America a much better name than I thought it would. But there's music playing on my phone, so the whole time you just hear the music playing.
no,
And it was like
no.
the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me in Broads. And all you just hear him is, and it's like this
Damn.
really chill, like kind of like song. But so that was my
It's
number
just like
one.
God's plan.
Yeah, literally.
That's why he's trying to talk.
But yeah, sorry. So thank you for keeping with me. If there's literally anyone listening to this still, but that was my number
That
one.
is
was
hilarious.
You were
reading
exactly where you
Adonis.
needed to be.
Yeah,
it was
You were.
exactly
funny
where.
because we did split off.
And
All
Garrett
of us
and
were
them
like,
came in
bro,
there.
I'm not going in there. Like the lights are on. Like I'm trying to go chill by the beach.
Right.
We have a vibe going right now. And like, dude, yeah, that was a hilarious experience. They called us and they were like, "We've met the king."
Yeah.
And I was like, "If
King
this
of
dude, I'm not coming
King
in
of
there unless
specimens.
this dude is sitting on a throne." And I go in, turn left, and they're just sitting with this gardener like in the shadows. I was
Drinking
like,
some ouzo.
Where,
I was like,
I drank
alpha.
Uzo, but no, we were drinking. It's Campari and soda, and like we were kind of banged up, like. And I kept being like, "What is that, man?" And I'm like, "Is it liquor?" And he's laughing. Broads knows what it is because he's
Right.
traveled in Europe before, but it's like a digestive liqueur. So
Nice.
we had been sharing out of a cup. I asked to go get water, and I go in his little stand, and he's like, "It's the clear bottle, but like everything's glass and clear." And so I grab one, I come out, and he's like, "Oh my gosh!" And I'm like, "What?" And he like says something in Greek. I'm like, "Is this the hard stuff?" And it's like liquor. And so him and Broads end up just start like drinking it just straight, just like. And by the end of it,
That's
he's
incredible.
Like, he's getting up. He's like, "Oh my god!" Oh my gosh.
My knee.
He was.
He's Travis Kelce.
Yeah, my knee.
My knee.
Well, I went in there after a lot of hours, and I had to take a shit, and it's like 2:30 in the morning.
And you flushed the toilet
And
paper.
I walk in. No, I walk in. I'm like, I unless I can go in there and take a shit, like I have to go back.
It wasn't that kind of vibe.
No, it
was a
definitely
garden.
wasn't. And I walk in, and he tells Bozeman, "Hey, your friend is stressed. Tell him to walk on these rocks." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm stressed. I have to shit, dog." Like, no wonder. And then it got to a point where I did try and walk, and I turned around. I was like, "This hurts. I have to shit." I was like, "I will take this bad energy, and I will go home."
Low
like
key, he
you
was
guys
right.
continue.
Like walk on the rocks and then
It
problem
just
solved
kind
for
of
him.
made it worse for me because then I was just feet were hurting at a shit. It was a mixture, but that was a funny moment. My number one after Greece, my girlfriend and I went to Italy and we did another boat tour, and this was probably number one because going into it, I was like, all right, our last boat trip was so much fun. This one it's definitely gonna be groups of people. It's like us two, this family of 5 with like high schoolish age kids, another couple, and then this other couple and maybe their daughter. So I'm going into it. I'm like, all right, this is gonna be fun. We get up right before we get on the boat. The dad somehow gets in small talk with me about where we're from. And I just remember, I really was not listening. And I remember him asking me, like, do you rent or own your home? And I was like,
Was he
no.
American?
Yeah. And that's how the conversation started. Because I was like, oh, okay. But I'm sitting here thinking, like, I looked at Atlantis like, we might have to get off this boat. Like, I can't do a whole day with this guy that's like, going to ask me dumb questions. And get on the boat. Not even 5 minutes into the boat ride, the guy that's closer to our age, the other couple, he's like kind of talking to his girlfriend and like looking at me, talking to his girlfriend. And he looks at me and he goes, you work for Bussin With The Boys? I was like, yes, I do. And he was like, dude, kid on back of the bus. And I was like, we're in good hands.
That's international reach.
Hey, then the dad that was like going crazy before leans up and he goes, hold on. How do you know him? How do you know him? I'm like, I don't like, how do we explain
Brother,
this
I'm
whole
famous.
thing? Bro, he goes, you have a podcast? I go, no, like,
Just
I
look
work
me up.
for
I'll
one.
Google me.
I mean, you do
got
have a
one.
podcast.
We do have a podcast.
I'm on a
Well, that's
podcast.
what
We did
Bussin'
it.
With
the other guy, the other like guy, Shane, shout out Shane and Cece, but Shane was like, well, you kind of do have a podcast. And I was like, that's my guy right here. But going throughout the rest of the day, it was like a 7-hour trip. So it was basically the whole day on this boat. You're going up and down the Amalfi Coast. And after that weird start, and then Shane luckily breaking the ice, we all start talking. It couldn't have been a better day. That family was so fucking funny. The dad was like such a goober. The kids were so good about being like, Dad, you are so embarrassing. He ate it up. They were, again, it couldn't have been nicer. The other couple, Shane and Cece, were so cool. They're from outside the Bay Area. Massive Niners fan. But spend the whole day on the boat with them, swimming, doing all the similar stuff. We get back, and the family's like, hey, whenever y'all want to come up, they're from Seattle. Whenever y'all want to come up to Seattle, stay at the house. We live on the lake. More than welcome. Doors are always open. So then I put it together. I was like, okay, this family's rich as fuck. The dad's a lawyer. They have, no free shout out, his law firm's name is Washington Law Center. And he was just like explaining to me like the fact that you have like Washington in your law firm name is like massive. So I look him up and he's like one of the top lawyers in the state of Washington. Damn. And whatever. So we get to the point of like, this is either really cool or they're trying to fucking kill us.
Yeah.
Like there's some weird shit going on. We end up spending the whole rest of the day with the other couple, Cece and Shane. Like we had a dinner reservation. We added 2 seats. They had a bar reservation. They added 2 seats, and we hung with them after the boat ride till like 3 or 4 in the morning. And just, it was so fun. Like they were so cool. It felt like I knew them for forever. But yeah, so that's also a shout out to Shane. I know you're probably listening, but that was my number one, which was hard to top anything in Greece. But the fact that day turned around the way it did was
He could help us get our name back.
Yeah, we did.
Oh yeah. What's crazy is I didn't even get the dad's name. I don't think I got anyone's name.
We can find
in
that
that.
name.
Yeah, I'm sure you could look him up and see him on the.
Spencer Parr. That's what it was. I did get it from looking him up.
What a pull.
When I looked him
There
up.
it is.
That's a real time
That's
chat
sick.
GPT.
Yeah.
Are you gonna go? You gonna make a trip out to Seattle?
Probably not.
What about would you go out to the Bay Area and hang out with Shane and CC again?
Probably not.
Whoa,
They can come here.
Shane, we'll come.
Yeah.
Come, Shane.
Yeah, he's listening.
He's listening, but like,
I'm not trying to hang
I
out.
think that'd be
Yeah,
sick.
I'll
Like,
come.
you
Hey,
just
that
meet
is a
somebody-
really good shout out, no free shout out, because when Sid and I were going on our honeymoon, we were hopefully we can meet a couple that we're going to hang out with and be friends with when we leave, and it never happened. And it was a bummer. And then to hear that story, I'm like,
It was
that's what
really
you
cool.
want out of a trip.
well,
Yeah.
halfway through the day, I'm like, this is sick. Like, we're just chilling with like friends again. And then the fact that we got dinner with them,
Right.
went and got drinks, like we all were talking about how it was just like, this feels so like normal.
Yeah.
It's so funny. They were leaving the next day. It was our first full day, but it was cool. I mean, I would go visit, but like they didn't
They didn't
no
really invite you.
disrespect. It was like, there's more for them to do here
Yeah.
than me to go there.
The reason I asked is my parents have like met other Americans and stuff on like out of the country trips, and like they've actually kept in contact with them and
Yeah.
will like plan their trips together to go down at the same time. So I don't know.
Yeah,
It's just-
no, 100%. Our door is always open if they come to Nashville, and he can come check out the bus. But yeah, he had the Niners fucking tattoo in the sleeve design, the sickest Niners gold chain, and I was like, I need to just send a picture to George and be like, hey, do you need this?
All I can think about as y'all are telling these stories is
yeah.
I always forget his name. What's y'all's friend that does the commercials? He does the Jarvis
Sam.
videos.
Sam Landers.
Bro, when
Shout
y'all
out
are
Sam Landers, the
y'all-
real Dell on Instagram.
and TikTok, because this is where I saw
Jarvis,
this one.
make her 9 feet tall.
As y'all are telling the stories, I don't know if you saw his video of like how active listeners will be, and he's like, somebody is talking about football. She's like, so I was in a football game. He's like, oh, really? Football, Tennessee? Man, it's got to be awesome, right? And the guy says like 2 more words, and then he like inches even closer and keeps on commenting. And all I'm thinking about the whole time y'all are telling the story is, man, Sam would have a great time doing a active listener skit.
If he's ever in Nashville, he would 100% come on here.
For sure.
He's one of my favorite creators on there.
Yeah,
so
we
Sam,
will plug his thing in here.
Put his video right here.
We actually, are we going to do reference photos and videos or not?
I mean, I feel like at this point it's kind of turned into a bit. And Jared
Seems like a weak
Oh, yeah, I don't think that
excuse
clip's
to
come
not
out
put
yet.
in reference
Yeah.
photos.
Should we-
No,
we'll
I
put
know, but
Sam
like,
in.
No, I mean, it
We
doesn't
got to
matter.
put Sam in.
But I
feel
feel
like the
like-
listeners want it. It's just like if you watch on YouTube.
No, but they've also said in the comments, the fans are like, I think at first I was kind of annoyed, but like this is kind of getting funny now that there's no reference photos. Because
we'll put in one per episode.
Yeah, you guys.
Okay. That's
I
fair.
have never said let's enter a reference photo because it's just
More work.
All right,
work for me.
one per episode. And
you
we're
also
gonna-
have to
we'll put
send me the
Sam's-
pictures that you guys want.
All right, so if I send you a bunch, you're going to put them in?
Just
Yeah.
one.
I mean, what if I send like one every 2 minutes?
You just got to send a collage.
Yeah, we'll put in the real
reference
Dell
photo
video.
for everything.
The reference collage everywhere.
It just
One
keeps coming
reference
up.
photo
Yeah.
to rule them all.
But also kind of on some housekeeping stuff. We mentioned it. Maybe that lawyer could get our name back.
Yeah, did y'all talk about this
Yeah,
already?
did you-
Yeah.
we touched
Briefly,
on it, yeah.
We didn't want to like get too.
Did y'all have the name when y'all talked about it last, or was it like,
Yeah.
hey, we got to find a new name?
No,
we had it. Yeah,
we had it, and we didn't want to go like too into depth because we didn't know the other back of the bus. We don't want to know what that whole spiel looks like.
Real.
I was going to say real spiel.
But
Wait, I have a box downstairs we have to open.
we
Oh shit, yeah, we do.
we
Wait, what do you mean?
Grab that thing. Bro.
somehow I forget how we landed on
Oh, yeah.
inside the bus.
Are we
Hold on,
100%?
pause really quick. Hey, Ryan! Oh, whoa. You're under me. Can you get that custom ink box at my desk?
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
Are we 100% sold on Inside the Bus?
Are you-
I'm not against it. I'm just saying, like, do we branch off to something different than bus related in
Yeah.
the name?
we had a meeting
going on?
about it.
we were. I mean, obviously, you
I'm
guys.
just, dude. I feel like you have to ask these questions. If
No.
we're gonna be stuck with it for life, like, I
It
want to
would-
know we made the right decision.
The timing was tough too because obviously you guys were abroad and like disconnected.
balling,
So
they
like
say.
it was really just me, JP, Jared, and Coop just kind of like trying to figure
No,
out.
I think it's a fine
We had a little
name.
brainstorm sesh.
I don't mind it at
I
all.
loved all the ones Jared sent in the group
Backseat
text.
drivers. Yeah, I like that one.
Backseat
but
boys.
like because then
Clumps.
Clump has to go
Yeah.
through
I like
and,
Backseat
and
Boys.
find
He's not in the group
and like
chat.
make sure that they're like
Not
Not
trademarked
trademarked.
or something.
so inside the bus is fine if we want to rebrand again. I guess we.
I mean,
can if we want
ITB
to.
isn't a solid acronym too. Like if you want to just have it out there, ITB, you know,
Yeah.
the ITB boys.
And the logo didn't change too much. Just want to throw that out.
I know.
It still
as
looks-
soon as I just said
it
if it's
still
not
fits.
bus related, I
Thank you.
kind of looked you deep in your soul.
Yeah.
And
Well, even
saw
like-
a little bit of
even the wording part still fits. Like
yeah.
it looks.
No, I'm fine with it. Just drop in the
That's
comments.
crazy,
like,
dude. I think the name's fire.
We're gonna post. So who thought of it, Jared?
No,
Or maybe, I don't know.
I think it. I want to say.
I think the
Will-
name's great.
Will. I feel like you're just kind of.
What inside the bus?
I feel like you're just kind of saying that to say that without causing beef right now. I feel like you don't like it.
No. I seriously do not dislike it.
But you
And
don't
I-
love it.
No. I don't.
You can
I-
like it, not love
I
it.
like it.
Not love it.
I don't
which
know
is
if
fine.
I love it yet.
Because I keep.
I
I
definitely
mean,
don't not love
It
it.
is tough because we had such a fire one to start.
I know. And
Hold on,
like,
I don't want to give credit
It's
to
like
Will. I thought
it's
of
like
it.
the Redskins going to the Commanders.
Right.
but like we
It's gonna take
even
time.
It will grow
like
on
when,
you.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Right
You gotta
before
be
we started.
good.
Got to be good. We've got to have Jaden Daniels. Jared's our Jaden Daniels. Now all of a sudden the Commanders is cool.
Yes.
Yep.
Inside the bus is cool
And they
now.
just went back to their
Exactly.
retro uniform. So
That's what I've been saying.
Jared, who does Jaden Daniels play for?
Do what?
Who does Jaden Daniels play for?
Commanders.
There you go.
my guy.
I tried to give you a layup there.
Motherfuckers doubt me.
I do have. I did say Will thought of the name. Coop actually did because he thought of like inside the NFL, inside basketball, inside the NBA. So like that was a Coop brain
Didn't
child.
mean to pat myself on the back. Just
Pardon the
don't-
bus.
Hey,
Shout out
Mitch,
me.
tell him that.
Hey,
I
by
was
the way, yeah,
Pardon
it
the
wasn't
bus.
Will.
We didn't
Pardon
like
the-
Pardon the
Oh
Bus.
yeah, pardon my bus.
Oh,
Yeah.
Or,
Macro busing.
Or
Danny Woodhead or Vanny Woodhead.
Shout out Danny Woodhead.
I thought Bussin' With The Men was hilarious, but obviously
Bussin' with the what?
Bussin' with the
Bussin' With The Men.
Man.
Manly men.
That would be a good one. Jared, what show was that?
Men, 2.5 Men.
Who stars in
On
it?
fire.
Charlie Sheen.
That- that's
and I
actually
don't-
like
don't
Jared's
know the
No
other
one
guy's
needs to
name.
know that other
Yeah,
guy's name.
that'd be so impressive.
Who replaced
Jake?
Who replaced
Ashton
Charlie
Kutcher.
Sheen?
I was not about to get
Was it
that.
Ashton Kutcher?
Yeah.
See, I'm on my 2.5 Men shit.
Hey, Jaden Daniels.
I love that show.
Game changer.
Gas.
Tell us about. Are we good to move on to this weekend, Saturday morning brunch?
Yeah, just comment and if we should
Yeah.
keep inside the bus. I think we should, but just comment.
Jared, what are you most
man.
nervous? Jared has invited all of us to his house. He's been wanting to host a brunch. So this Saturday at 11 a.m., Jared is hosting
Everyone
a
pull
brunch.
up.
Didn't we say this on the pod last week? Wasn't that the
We'll put the
It wasn't
address
locked
right
in.
here.
No, but I thought was last week not when we were like, oh, we all need to hang out with our girlfriends. Or was that off?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but that's
no.
when we
Oh,
were
yeah.
pitching
That's
like
when
Top Golf.
that's when it came into
Yeah.
my head. I was like, I want to.
I still want to do Top Golf.
No,
That's
for sure.
besides the point.
But when we
Yeah.
talked about it last week is when I was like, I want to host everybody.
Got to.
But anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's on you.
No, like,
Yeah,
you go,
you're
you go
the
ahead.
host. You're the host, bro.
What are you
Yes.
what are you most nervous about?
My number one. This is such a boring
I
thing
think
to be
I know
nervous
what it
about.
is.
Rain. I'm
Chairs.
Oh yeah, chairs and rain. I don't have enough chairs for everybody. I was a little over ambitious on the invites. We got like 14 people coming.
Who's coming?
feel like
All
rain-
of y'all, significant others, 2 of the interns,
Only 2?
and 2 of Mackenzie's friends.
What's your address?
What interns
We'll
are
drop
coming?
it in the comments.
Cheese is
Malone.
coming, and
you coming?
Ryan's coming.
I'm surprised Matt's not going.
He said maybe I can come before the wedding, like and
Yeah,
get
for
like
brunch.
yeah, Bloody Mary or something.
You've never had a Bloody Mary, or
No, I've had one before. I just don't like them.
you should. Okay, I
They're
couldn't remember
nasty.
when we were talking
Yeah, I
about.
don't- I'm
It's
not
an
a
acquired
choir guy.
taste.
Yeah, so I'm most nervous about rain because like I'm gonna have like the seating outside. Like the idea is like we're all sitting in the yard, mimosas are flowing, Bloody Marys are going,
Demon said he's
espresso
getting
martinis
Demon
are
home.
going.
Oh, are you getting
Espresso
drunk?
martinis?
Yeah, we're adding to the menu.
Are you getting drunk?
I'm getting hammered.
I can't wait.
I can't wait for you
Jared's
guys
gonna
to see
tell us he
drunk
loves us.
Jared.
And if we get
He's
to and if we get to UFC that night, if we make it to UFC that night, I'm just be
Leaning.
Hit him.
just leaning.
I guarantee you. I know he said he almost did it at my party. There's gonna be.
Oh, this is prime
Yeah.
time.
Oh, if it's
for
at my
that.
house,
Rude.
like got everyone at my house, I'll
Yeah,
be like,
that's
man, this
good.
is so special. Y'all
Everybody start
came.
tearing up.
yeah, no.
This is like my
Oh,
birthday
you were
party.
definitely gonna call for a speech.
Yeah.
Jared's speech.
Couple
I can't
speeches.
wait.
Dude, do you have? Are you
Toast with
making?
mimosas?
Are you making merch, or why were you sewing last night?
All right, well, this will be a big
That
pivot.
was a great segue.
That was a crazy segue. I'm trying to think how to make this not the longest, most boring story ever.
Brunch merch.
Sewing at 11 p.m. is what
Okay.
we've heard.
Hand sewn.
Super
That's what I
long
thought that was
story
right.
that has absolutely nothing to do with the brunch. My dog just got spayed. Like she just had surgery. So she's like, when you get
performed the surgery.
yeah, I did the certain now. So like you know how like their stomachs like cut open or whatever when your dog has surgery and like they have to wear the cone.
Mm-hmm.
Like this
you
is
have to resew it together.
that would be no,
Just a comfort pillow.
that was like hard or something.
Oh.
Should be why
Hey, you noticed?
doing you a favor.
On the plane.
Long story short, like she needs a cone. The cone didn't fit that they gave us at the vet. So we're like, all right, I'll go out and buy another cone. That cone didn't fit. Like I measured it, go to the store, buy it, doesn't fit. So then Mackenzie sends me this thing. It's like, oh, there's like this skin tight suit you can put on your dog, right? That like covers its wound so it doesn't lick itself. It's $45 fucking dollars. It's this place right by here. Shout out them. They were cool helping me pick it out. But I guess they aren't. Fuck them because it didn't fucking fit. We got all the measurements of this stupid. I love
I
this
gotta
dog.
see a photo of these suits,
Dude, so I buy this suit. It's $45.
You'll never see a
Doesn't
photo.
fit. Now we're like $75 in the hole. Then I go to PetSmart and buy. I'm like, you know what? I don't want to go to any more stores. I buy another suit and another cone because I'm like, if neither of these work, we're like $150 in the hole now. The other suit doesn't
Can you not
fucking
return
fit.
Seems to be like user error.
Can you not
Dude,
return the other
no,
cones?
this is a one thing you. They literally tell me like the cone probably actually, but they're cheaper. The suits are what's expensive. And you can't return them. All that being
Yeah,
said,
it's custom fit. Bro.
fast forward, It's like 11 p.m. Dog is just whining, hates the cone, hates the suit that doesn't fit her. I was like, you know what? Like
Bring me my super suit.
3 years ago, my mom gave me a sewing kit, like as a gift for something, and I was like, I will never use
For
this.
some reason.
Yeah, like it's just like a mom
Yeah,
gift
right.
that's like,
Yeah, some reason.
like, do y'all not get like random gifts that you're like, I'll never use this? but,
I've
like,
never got a sewing
like
kit.
socks,
This-
maybe.
I'm 31 and I wasn't
That doesn't
gifted
feel
a sewing
random. That
machine.
feels targeted.
I
It's
don't know
okay
why.
if you like to sew. That's honestly that's probably on a list of like attractive qualities that females see in men. Sewing would probably
And it's
be up
never
there.
too late to learn how to sew.
Anyway,
Really?
Kinda
I've never
soft, but-
sewed. My mom just got me a sewing kit. If you're, so then I don't know why I took it upon myself at like 11:30 at night. I was like, you know what? She's wearing this suit to go to sleep because she can't go to sleep without one of them. You know what I mean? Like, because if she goes to sleep without them, she's gonna like lick down there.
Do you
take
have a photo of the suit?
I'll look. I'll put it on the screen if I do. But
I just want to see it.
then
photo
I
ain't
do.
gonna
I
show.
Use our
I-
reference photo.
I take apart this suit.
Sorry, guys.
I watch a YouTube video like that's 30 minutes on how to sew. I take apart the suit, like I'm cutting it, like
impressive.
stitching. I redid the suit and it fits her now. But then like
Damn.
It's got a cape on
Hey,
it.
so we can bring our
cape.
suits for alterations to you.
it popped off later, but I learned how to sew.
That's nice.
It
Busting out
didn't
the
work,
seams.
but
Shout
You
out
on
Demon.
YouTube, or were you just hand-eyeing
it's
it?
no. I YouTubed it.
Smart.
Beast, 11
It was.
p.m.
I was up till 3 in the
Jared
morning
put
last
the
night.
sewing machine on the table and hit the
Dang, then what time did you get here?
9.
You were up until
Grinder.
3 a.m. last night?
With this
You guys
dog wouldn't
sewing?
stop whining, dude.
So do you regret?
No, I love her. I love Maple so much. Shout out Wags and Walks.
hey,
Use my code.
Actually, Coop, you take this one.
Well, I don't remember all the details. All I know is that Jared, and was it in college or high school that you just got so annoyed with your new puppy that you just got rid of it?
Jared has a history of not
What?
keeping dogs.
That is so far from the truth.
Oh, where is
Well,
that
it's
dog?
close
to the truth.
far.
So
It's
far
not
from the
that
truth. Chill,
far.
dude.
I'll let you
Wait,
take. Hey,
please. This is your
Maple's
time.
listening, dude. You better fucking.
I need you to be
Set the
very
record
honest
straight.
and tell me, did
never
you get
got
rid of a dog?
Never got rid of a dog.
All right,
Wait,
well, then-
I will
you owned
explain.
one. Where is it now?
In the family still. That's not getting rid of.
With who?
Let me explain. Okay. Sophomore year of college, I bought a puppy. My parents had Yorkies and stuff, so I was like, I want a Yorkie. You know how bigger Yorkies, they can get bigger. Like,
You just gave it to your family.
What?
You just gave the dog to your family. It's
Yes.
like, I don't want it.
Yeah, but dude, the thing is, I bought this fucking Yorkie, and it's
he's
like
already-
my parents are like this big, like bigger Yorkie. I buy from the same breeder as them. I get a toy Yorkie that's like 3 pounds, and it never got bigger. So yeah, I wasn't the big fan of Frankie. I'm sorry, Frankie, my old dog. I had him all the way through college. I kept him for 3 years. When I moved to Nashville, I told my mom, I was like, I'm not bringing Frankie to Nashville. And I was like,
Zero remorse.
3 years?
yeah,
You got her? Him?
yeah. So I said, I'm either gonna. I had friends that had like watched him before, and like they loved him. Like they were like wanting a dog. I was like, I'm
But
either.
you didn't.
I spent like $3,000 on this,
But you
freaking
did.
dog. So then I was like, I'm either gonna give him to a friend or give him to my parents. My parents already have Yorkies, so they have Frankie. So I see Frankie on the holidays.
Okay.
Is he kind of
Visitation.
like? Does
Y'all
he
on good
throw you
terms?
shade when you
Dude,
come back?
every time I'm like, do you think he remembers? Like, do y'all honestly think he remembers those 3 years that we like slept in the same bed every night?
Trauma,
Yes.
trauma sticks with people, dude.
Hey,
How
when
long
you-
have you and Mackenzie
that's crazy.
been
It's like there's no way he remembers 3
4.
years of me abusing him.
So think about that.
That's true, but he's a dog.
when you walk in, does he get hype
what?
or no?
Aren't we all?
Yeah.
He
it
definitely
on?
remembers you. My dog will remember me, and I see him
Like
Twice
do
a
you,
year.
Do you think he's like, bro?
But
Why
he didn't care
like,
for that
Yeah,
dog.
he's like, why?
Do you think he like
It's
is
like the-
literally like kind of like
He
pressed?
probably hugs your dad like Will
pressed.
Smith and Uncle Phil hug each other in that
Why he don't
episode.
love me, man? Why he don't want me?
I feel
I learned
bad.
to drive without him. I went on my first date without him, and I'm gonna be a hell of a lot better father than he ever was.
Jared's talking like it was 3 weeks. He's like, do you think he really cares about 3 years? Dude, in dog year, how many dog years is
in
that?
dog years,
Yeah,
it's like
that's-
21 years.
Dang, bro.
So you really think he
I
cares?
want to be clear. I would never like just like discard a dog. I'd never give a dog to like
Hey.
the
The
farm.
Just
pound
throw
or
a
the
dog
farm or
away?
the shelter. I would never like get rid of a dog.
A dog-
That's different. Just like giving it to the family.
What is it? A dog is only a part, like a part of your life, but you're
Yeah, I know.
The dog's whole
3
life.
years
you're
of
the
his life.
dog's whole
And that's
life.
why shout out Blue, my husky. Shout out Maple, my little German Shepherd.
How
For
long
how
do you
long,
think?
though?
Shout
How
out
long
Miss
do they
Biscuits.
make it?
They're gonna make it their entire life. I did the math the other day. It's crazy that I'm 24 and I'll have
Yeah, I was
Miss.
about to say, Jared's holding it like he's rapping into it.
Yo,
I got something to say.
it's so funny to me that I'll have Miss Biscuits until I'm like 35. Isn't that crazy?
Damn, you got the whole blueprint.
Unless you just get rid of her, too.
Just ship her off.
The streets are saying
35, it's over, Miss Biscuit.
No,
Sorry.
I love her. I'm just saying that's nuts. Like I got her like randomly like a year or two ago, and like I'm gonna have her until I'm like in my mid 30s.
I mean, Jack will have Bonnie until he's 37.
Did you ever think about that?
Jeez, man. I
Like
hope
you're gonna be
longer,
like
man.
pushing 40.
I don't
and
know
like,
how old Bonnie was.
I mean, 7 would be. Bonnie's 6. So, I mean, her living at 13 would be. I don't know. I was really thinking about this the other day at the dog park, tearing up while I was walking around. And I was like, God, man, like
just give her to
just
your
the
parents.
inevitable day that you'll have to face, just along with a pet or like a parent or anything. Like it has turned hard, but it's. I mean, you have to
Give Jack the pillow.
acknowledge these facts beforehand, or else once
yeah.
the day comes, you're gonna be in shambles. So being able to,
Not that dark.
I don't know.
Did you have a
Loved
dog
ones.
before Bonnie?
Yeah, hug your what?
Did you have a dog before Bonnie?
Me, and so what's funny is me and Bozeman actually had a dog in college.
You got rid of it?
And it's a different.
R.I.P. Dewey.
It is a different.
oh,
so it's
no.
it's still in your
No,
family?
no.
Oh, it's
So
not in your family.
It wasn't like I bought a. Like you said, you spent $3,000 on this dog, correct?
It was
or
like
incorrect?
a COVID check. Yeah.
So me and Tyler,
Could
we were
use a couple of
basically
them.
we were living in a fraternity house at the time. We went on Facebook Marketplace, and there was a dog. I'm telling you, we need to insert reference photos, man. But anyways, we go and pick this dog up. We drive 45 minutes outside of Knoxville. We stop at a Walgreens, and a minivan pulls up next to us. And like, I can't make this up. The minivan door opens, and it's 3 little girls that probably can't be the oldest, as like 11 maybe, and their dad, and they're all 3 holding the leash. And he's like jumping around. He's like $40, and it's yours. And we're like, we'll take him. Get in the car. So we had Dewey for like a year and a half. He lived with us through the house the whole time, and then we went to our new apartment complex. To be fair, I would never have chosen to get rid of him. My apartment complex threatened to evict us.
So you don't move there.
Well, it was too late, And dude, I think it's not your time to speak right now. Dog abandoner. We're one and the same. But he ended up staying in the fraternity house, was kind of like a house dog for a while. And then best case scenario, our buddy Spencer, he literally, Dewey went to the farm outside of Knoxville, an hour away. He went and lived near Pigeon Forge on like a 100-acre farm for like the last 3 years of his life. And then last year he got cancer and died. So
Damn, R.I.P.
R.I.P. Dewey.
R.I.P. Dewey.
Dewey.
Great dog, but yeah.
Frankie's still rocking and rolling.
So there's still time for you to go reclaim what's yours.
Make amends.
Never.
Right, dude. This should because I want to say, were you gonna get evicted?
I
in
did
your-
get evicted for Bonnie
yeah,
with
so-
the
yeah.
house with Garrett.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah.
That sounded
While
sarcastic.
I
I was
was,
being for real.
while I was in Hawaii.
Right.
found
So
out.
you
It
learned
was
from
brutal.
your past one. You were
Learn
like,
from it. So I mean, you're only as good as your failures. So you
only as
gotta
good as your
learn.
last dog.
Same.
Think Frankie's jealous.
I didn't know how to react to that.
Think Frankie's jealous seeing you start a new family.
Frankie doesn't even know. Frankie doesn't know that Maple exists.
Like, when you
He's
get
not
put up for
coming to the party?
adoption, your dad just goes makes a new family. He looks happy without you.
I don't know what to say. I didn't.
3 kids.
I didn't want a toy Yorkie, like a little
Yeah, I thought you
mini
said it was a
Yorkie.
big
Well, you should have
Yorkie.
done
You
your
should've thought
research.
about
I
that
want,
before you bought
that was
it.
the whole thing. I bought it from a breeder that
Is there
has
such
normal
thing as
size,
a big Yorkie?
like
I
a
thought
lap
they were-
dog. That's like
You're talking about you want like a teacup.
You want
Yorkie
like a
poo?
loaf
I
of
got a
bread
teacup
dog.
Yorkie. I didn't want that.
Oh,
Yorkie, not
It's
Yorkie.
never hit your
dog,
Frankie to
Jared?
this day is this big.
Did you get this mad in front of her?
Her.
Him?
Oh, Frankie?
Like, yeah. You ever hit him?
No, I never.
I feel like the
Crazy.
anger that's going is.
No,
he kicked him.
that's nuts. Damn. I never would touch an animal in a harmful way.
Oh, my
But maybe in
goodness.
another way.
Crazy way to work that.
Should we pivot here?
Yeah, pivot.
I don't know. Are we all good?
Let's go back to
We
brunch.
could name this pivot.
Damn.
Gee, what did you have Ryan bring us
Oh
up?
yeah. We could name this fucking ridiculousness. All right. So, if someone wants to run down the background of the Josh Pate debacle,
I can hit it because I feel like I was a part of the reason that it probably transpired. But Josh Pate commented on a Bussin With The Boys tweet, and I obviously commented from the now Inside of the Bus Twitter, you should come on Back of the Bus, not Bussin With The Boys, which is obviously the smartest financial play for Josh Pate anyways. But he looked at our Twitter, saw that we did not follow him, and I think his words were, I admire
with loyalty.
loyalty.
I value loyalty.
The most, which is very fair. We've since followed him.
We did too.
And we made a mock-up shirt of a Pate State. If you don't follow, you're fired. Sent it to him. We said, would you come on the bus now if we got these? And he goes, if you get them made, we'll talk.
So
drum roll.
Time to talk, Josh.
Haven't
Didn't
seen
he-
these yet.
Didn't
so
he say he wanted to make one of us his like squire type
yeah,
deals?
fuck
Wanted a
that.
Gamp.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
Jared would be perfect for this role.
Fuck that and fuck
All
him.
right, Jared or Hove,
Come on.
let's reveal it.
go.
I don't know what size I just gave you, but
Let me see one of those XLs.
How's she look?
Yeah.
It says back to the
XL.
bus.
It says
we knew that.
No, it's covered up. We don't know what that says.
Hey, toss me one.
Large.
I got a large.
Josh,
You need an XL?
outside of being one of the greatest college football commentators, he also has got to be the most ripped,
Dude,
most
he is
jacked guy
a
on TV.
unit.
And now he has merch. We made merch before he made merch for himself, I think.
Yeah, so Josh, this is
Sorry.
this is our formally
Sorry,
or formal like making it up to you. We have our merch, we have our shirts, we have one waiting for you on the Inside the Bus podcast. So the ball is in your court.
Do we actually have one for him?
So funny. I thought that was gonna be way bigger on the shirt.
the like design itself or what?
Yeah,
I think
not the
it's
shirt.
Thought the shirt would be way bigger.
Nah, it's fire though.
Yeah, ball is
Wearing
in
this
your
to the
court,
gym.
Josh.
no, this is
Ball up top.
I would
shirt.
definitely like this is a shirt I would definitely wear.
Yeah.
At the club?
It goes fire.
Oh yeah, I'd wear this out.
If you don't follow, you're fired.
I don't wear
Put it
People
on
are gonna be like, oh, what's the back of the bus?
Maybe we wear him on Saturday.
Fired.
Do you think you
Like,
can
don't
you
go
do
look 'em up. Go look
stitching?
inside the bus.
Are we allowed to
You
leave
do
this up, or are the boys gonna come after us?
No, this is
Come and take it.
there's been 7 shirts made, so we're not selling these guys. These are limited edition.
You guys, they're watching.
If
Which
Selling it,
is
no,
your
you're
job.
watching, though.
Yeah.
Don't-
Appreciate the
You're
views.
watching.
If you
$29.99.
guys try and sue us over some personal shirts, what are we doing?
Wearing him to court.
Let's go.
Another sports media personality. I feel like the back of or the inside the bus is kind of just not creating enemies, but we've been beefing. Mitch, you and Kirk Benkert.
Mm-hmm.
He responded in a way I wasn't really.
I
expecting
didn't expect
from him,
it.
but he
Yeah.
was.
Kind
But
of
like even in my the clip that I posted, I was like, I would love to play him. He does exploit some things in the game that you can't really like beat, but he is the GOAT in my opinion of like at college football. But I said I would love to play him. I would love to like learn from the best, kind of like pumping his tires, but also saying I want to play him. And then I tweeted out, and he quote tweets it, goes, "I will bend you over and belt to ass you." And then he responded.
Then he
under
quickly
that.
responded.
Then he responded right under that. Was like respectfully, out of like in all seriousness and respectfulness, I would like let's do it. That'd be awesome. And then he DM'd me and was like,
No, seriously, I'm gonna whoop your
no,
ass.
no.
Bend over.
I was trying to look nice in public.
DM me was like, love what you guys are doing. Like that'd be awesome if we could figure something out. So I think it'd be dope to have either like whatever we get the streaming room set up, like he's in his streaming thing, I'm in our streaming thing, and we play each other. Or if you were to come up, you want to come on the Inside the Bus pod, maybe do like a stream with Will and Taylor.
Bring us some more footballs, please.
Yeah, Dime
I
Lab.
have
Some of those
been
whistlers too.
I have been meaning to shout
God,
out
he should do
the
that.
Dime Lab.
That's a
They're-
shout out.
Dime Lab
They're-
footballs are elite.
Their footballs, I used them in a flag game, and I mic'd myself up, and then I went and watched the film, realized I didn't talk at all the entire time, like trying to hype up the balls. But they are, if you want some backyard footballs to just play around and mess around with your buddies, those are the balls to go get, because they just got some grip to them. I feel like you can just throw them a mile.
Something funny.
Yeah,
about
what's funny over there, Matt?
Real spiel.
Real spiel.
Real spiel.
But yeah,
Them
so
Johns are good.
And we're also looking for sponsors. And
Yeah.
we might
That-
take payment in the form of footballs for just to start.
that would
Probably
be
not. Maybe
my
cut that.
ideal sponsorship.
Nah, we'll
is
do
just
it for an
getting paid
episode.
in
Yeah.
footballs.
We'll do it for it, yeah.
But yeah, so I might be playing Kurt Benkert and get my ass handed to me.
Maybe not though.
Maybe
That's
not.
why we play the game.
Paul, should we set a
Meet him at the
punishment if
rim.
Mitch gets like
Oh, yeah.
absolutely blown out?
I think if I get 21, that's not fair because he, like,
What if you
Oh,
get
you're
shut
saying
out,
like the
though?
game doesn't end. You're saying
Yeah,
full.
yeah,
I
yeah.
think that's fine.
Yeah.
But if you
what's
get
the
whooped,
what
you
should
get
like? I guess the spread.
Yeah,
what
what's
would
your
the spread
what,
be?
What do you want?
I haven't played the game yet. I downloaded it Tuesday night or no Monday night.
Lost a step.
No, I downloaded Monday night. I was at Brooks last night because we were looking at our first apartment, and then
Knowing that the game had just come out.
yeah, we already had this scheduled. But tonight I'm gaming the entire time, so I'm gonna get in the
You
lab.
know why he can't come to brunch?
Oh my God, I keep forgetting. There's like 4 reasons.
Now the game.
Well, and I asked Mitch today because Mitch is a flag football connoisseur. He loves getting out on that gridiron. He does softball. Mitch knows I'm in a pretty competitive kickball league. I think y'all do as well. Been doing it for a while. Today I asked Mitch, hey man, I've never asked him before. I go, we could really use a sub tonight. We're one guy short, and he knows one of the guys on my team. He goes, let me get back to you. So Mitch, is it a yes or no?
Probably not.
What? Why?
That was anticlimactic.
I've been.
Yeah, you could have at least kind of drawn that out a little bit.
Yeah, no.
I mean,
Nah, you're good, man.
I have played. Jack has played on my flag football team one time.
And what did I do?
Jack went off. Let me
Jack
finish.
does.
Let me finish. So I do owe you one time a sub. I just don't think it's tonight because I really want to play the game.
I had a
time's your
feeling, and
kickball?
that's okay. As long as you're,
Respect.
I want you to be tweeting though
Yeah.
at 8:15 when the game would normally be. I hope at least between that hour that you're going to be playing, and I would like a tweet out.
Of me playing,
Yeah,
I think I can make that.
Set an alarm. Set an alarm.
I'm going to try and.
Set an alarm. Set an alarm.
I think I can do
I'm
that.
gonna do like. Have you guys seen those clips where it's like first play of the new game and it's just
Yeah.
something stupid? I'm gonna wait until I have a sick play and then be like first play of the game.
Well, thanks for just
That's the thing. I'm honest to a fault.
how
It did happen earlier today in the
that
meeting.
is true.
Yeah, I mean
yeah.
that's just Will taking any time he can to like big dog me. I should have phrased it in a better
You act
better
like
way.
it was
You want
Will's
to give
doing.
you want to give context for our audience?
Yeah, so Christmas
What were we doing today?
We're all
we
over the
had a
place.
locker room meeting today. The locker room this year, bigger, better. It's going to be unreal, especially with the guys that we have coming on.
Locker room's a gambling show.
Yeah,
if
locker
you're
room-
new to
yeah.
the program.
All right, it's the Bussin With The Boys
If you're
gambling
just
show.
an inside the bus fan, you don't watch Bussin.
But last Christmas, I took over the person of like getting the stats and like news and stuff for like Will and Taylor and Delaney to like sound smart on the show, to like so they know what they were talking about.
Damn.
And
Go the delivery. We're
Go down
talking.
swinging. Go down swinging.
and we were recording the next day or the next week or
It's around
whatever.
Christmas, yeah.
And I didn't get their information for the games until super late at night, and I was back home, so I'm an hour behind even more. So it's like 12 p.m. and they just got me their games. And Will did say like, hey, like we know this is like late, it is like holiday, whatever. Like you don't have to go in depth, but like me, like I'm
If you're
trying
gonna do the job, you're gonna do it well.
100%. Exactly. So I was like, I sent back like this long ass message. Was like, listen, guys, like I need to get your information sooner if I want to like give you the best information possible. Will responded was like, basically shut the fuck up. We told you don't have to go that in depth, and like just do it. And then I was texting Jared on the side. I was like, this motherfucker, dude. Like I was so pissed.
I
And,
think
like,
you and Will both were texting me on the side. I think Will's like, "What the fuck is Mitch talking about?" I'm pretty sure.
and
Great communication here. At the
yeah,
office.
that was
Oh, man.
like I was at home. Brooke was home with me, and I was just like,
boiling. I'm out of here. I'm not
Yeah.
coming back to Nashville.
I'm gonna give these guys and then in my head I'm
Should
like,
just give
I'm
them
gonna
wrong stats.
no, in my head I'm like, I'm gonna give them the best fucking stats I can just to rub it in and be like, fuck you guys.
Still doesn't matter.
Yeah, but then
we asked for not this many stats.
yeah, and then they didn't say anything about it, and I come back from the holidays. He's like, what the fuck was that about? I was like, I was mad. Like
Right.
and he's like, well, this is. I'm like, I just got big dogged.
Do you want to read it? I found it.
What? Read what?
Oh,
what
yes.
what I said?
Conversation.
Yeah.
I won't if you don't
Wow,
want
he
it to.
started it with
Jack.
going forward.
So, yeah,
Period.
they sent
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Oh, going forward, period?
Yeah, there's a comma. There's a
and he
comma.
goes-
What the fuck were you thinking?
I was mad.
Is this a
Mitch
locker
was
room
standing
chat?
on
I was also like sick at the time too. Like
Yeah.
He was hungover from
He said-
caroling.
He said, "Going,
yeah.
going,
I was.
Mitch was in the corner
going
swinging.
forward, we cannot be choosing games this late. I understand this week is different because of holidays, but getting all this information at 10:15 at night does not give me a whole lot of time to get the information you guys need and want." And then you said, "Taylor, you haven't even sent your NFL picks yet, or either." And then
Well
that's
said.
not this. That's not it. And then Will replies to it and just says, "No shit." And then then Will sends a screenshot of the conversation earlier that day where Mitch was like, I need y'all's picks. Like, it's not gonna be as in depth because this week, like yada yada. And then Will said, I'll get them to you tonight after the games. No doubt, information's gonna be hard tonight. And then I guess everyone was on the side after
Jared
that.
sent a couple.
Yeah.
This is
Jay was trying to play mediator and like
yeah.
help me out, but also like play both sides. I guess
Yeah.
he should, but I was just like
It's
like you
frustrating.
said,
It's
I
frustrating.
was
That
hungover from caroling. I was sick. It was late at night. I was tired. I wanted to go to bed, and I mean, that's what it is.
Look how dramatic this group chat is. On December 27th, I don't know what happened, but Will left the conversation. It's not you. It has
No, I think that was it.
no. This is what I'm not.
Taylor's follow message says, "God damn it, Delaney."
We were trying to decide on like a day to film or something, and like Will's like, I
Yeah.
want this day. Taylor's like, I want this day, and we're like,
I do
Delaney, can you
remember
make
that.
a decision? He said, I'm with whatever, my guys, and then Will just leaves the conversation.
Dude, I think people rage.
Oh my God, we
people
gotta get
raging and leaving
Delaney
group chats is
on
like
here.
the funniest thing ever.
I know.
So
But,
funny.
like that was, and that's like
That group chat is so funny how like
That's-
heated it gets for no
that's like
reason.
peak locker room. You're in the dog days of the season. It's like
Everyone's bitching each other
everyone's
out.
just annoyed with each other. Everyone's tired. Everyone like, and it's like you just kind of, all right, guys, let's just get through it.
And was,
Yeah.
was that the only time that it really happened like bad last year?
For the locker room.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like an
There-
argument or the picks coming in late?
No, just
I
that
think
exact
I
thing.
honestly think after I kind of going forward and like spazzed a little bit, I would like to think that it helped out a little bit. But I mean, I don't know. Jared was doing the stats and stuff before
No, he
I
sucked
did it.
before. Like his complaint was very valid, and like the timing was like bad. I guess. Like I don't know.
mean, like I should have picked a different weekend.
You
of-
can also
to-
like read text tones way differently when
Exactly.
you
For
start
su-
with
for
going
sure.
forward.
oh yeah, and I knew what I was doing.
Yeah, they did too.
There's
Yeah.
zero
Yeah.
regrets about that message to this
Dude,
day.
when I saw
No,
the
like in the moment, I
Yeah,
was
he
like,
relived it earlier today.
yeah, in the
Exactly.
moment.
It's
I was
funny how
sticking
all
to
of
it.
how it got
to
brought up
say today.
Yeah, all of this to say that Will told me to, like, I was
Fuck
like,
off.
we were going over wins and losses, and I was like, a loss is kind of like, remember that one time when you guys didn't give me that information in time, and he's like, what are you talking about? That happened once, and I was like, yeah, but he's like, no, that's not.
he
that's
hit
not
the
a
chair
thing."
rotation on you.
Yeah,
Yeah, he did.
he's like, that's a one single incident. That's not something that happened all the time, and I'm like, it still wouldn't be nice to get your information earlier. He's like, no, that doesn't.
He still
He
was
did.
like,
He did triple down on it.
He's like, yeah, but,
But low
seriously.
key, it sounds like it was a problem.
It was a problem, always.
Yeah, we know.
Hopefully you're listening to this, Will.
Probably
Yeah,
not.
I mean, I said in the meeting it was a
There's
problem.
another one for me.
problem.
I said it in the meeting, man. He can talk to me if he wants to.
But yeah, so that's
was
basically
funny.
that.
That was
whole-
so funny.
just a day in the life of the locker room in the thick of it.
Dude, that group chat literally was never not dramatic. Like everyone's just heated with each other for no reason.
That's what happens when you lose a lot of bets.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for real.
Yeah.
You got to up the record.
I feel like we gotta come football season. We need to have like a bet, like an inside the bus parlay or something
On this
to
show.
kind of like to like rival theirs.
Inside the
And like
locker
if
room.
say like if they're probably not going to be watching this, but like if our record goes better than theirs, like we should
prank them.
we should be like, oh, who should really be on the locker room kind
Punishment again.
Damn, Mitch is coming for blood.
Yeah, so I want
Yeah.
that seat. My record's better. I get your seat next year, Will.
of. Yeah,
That'd be fun, right?
you can switch the cameras.
Yeah. I love it.
Nah,
Someone
we're gonna be-
clip this out and just send it to Will.
Someone
I'm
will.
sure this will be clipped out. Will be added. Come Friday, I'll be like, Mitch. Will be like, Mitch, what the fuck are you talking about? And I'm just gonna tuck my tail in between my legs and not know what's gonna happen.
Nah. You'll stand on business.
Yeah, you got it, dude.
You do stand on business.
We're teammates.
Do I?
Yeah,
You
bro.
did. You did today
This is 6v1.
to a fault.
He said,
Yeah,
"Do
but
I?"
like I don't know. I mean,
Like-
like I'm the one saying all of the things. I don't know if like you guys be like, hey, I didn't say it.
Like you stood on business to yourself that day. Like whenever like no one noticed you weren't feeling right,
That was
Yeah.
and then you're like, hey, just so you know, I'm gonna be better tomorrow. Like that's standing on business
the last 2 minutes of
to a
Yeah.
fault.
Yeah. No, that's what I mean. I'm honest to a fault. I mean, I feel like that. It's a good thing.
It's
to
better
happen.
than the opposite.
Yeah. Well
good.
said. Well said.
Hey, what's the time
I
on the
think we're good.
soundboard? Damn,
Oh,
I
yeah.
thought. Hey, did y'all see? Oh, y'all didn't watch last week, but we'd been talking for so long. Like it had felt like we had told like 10 stories. Like felt so long. We're like, hey man, how long have we been going? He's like 15 because he like read the thing wrong. We were like,
15 minutes?
we were like
Oh.
15.
I was like, maybe we actually suck at this.
And he's like, oh, we actually been going for like 40 minutes.
Yeah, we were like,
Which
dude,
still
if it's
felt short.
15.
Yeah, even still, we're like, damn, maybe this
Yeah, I
podcast
thought we
is
went well over an
50
hour.
feels short
That's
right
because
now.
we hit the breaking news on Coop and his love life last week.
Yeah.
Felt
Shout out
long. Now we
Addie.
all get to meet her this
Hey,
weekend.
yeah, her-
She's coming?
She's popping out.
She's excited.
What's her name?
Let's go.
Addie.
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 Let's go.
She's probably we're watching this right now or listening.
Shout out Addie.
Addie.
Shout out
Addie.
Addie.
Mimosas
Shout out
this
Addie.
weekend.
See you on
We'll be
Saturday.
there.
We love Addie.
Type.
All
Let's
right.
go.
I think that's good, right?
Yes, sir.
Josh
Yeah.
Pate, we'll see you on here.
See you at the
Hey,
ring.
we do need to get Delaney
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
right
and
away.
Bloss.
and Bloss.
Yeah, Bloss
Boss
has been
said he'll make
saying,
it happen whenever.
Bloss been saying he wants to come on. Delaney, like Sherm texted Delaney a video of us dancing to Bussin before we recorded, and he responded in 30 seconds. So like,
Delaney, like we should like not ask about the time once. We should just see how long we can go with Delaney.
Oh, yeah.
Like
he'll
we
go
we
whenever.
should see if it could like literally be like 4 hours. Because he might like just tell stories.
Can we start recording in the morning then?
Dude, like we should clear out our day when Delaney's
Yeah.
on here because we should not stop him from talking.
We got to drop a 12-hour pod.
12 hours.
Sun up to
sleep
sundown.
stream.
It's just Delaney alone sitting here just telling stories.
We all slowly
Hey,
leave,
Delaney,
see?
we'll be right back.
Delaney will be
Sit
right
tight. All right,
Yeah.
subscribe to Inside the Bus. Leave a comment. Anything else?
See y'all next
that's
week.
it.
Boom. See you next
Yeah.
week.
Brunch recap next week.